Did you know that after the age of 65, your risk of a heart attack doesn't just rise, it actually doubles? And here's the part that might surprise you most. 99% of seniors don't even realize it. That means 1 in 5 heart attacks strike without any warning signs, no chest pain, no shortness of breath, no dizziness, just a sudden, life-changing moment that no one saw coming. But before you feel overwhelmed, let me share some good news. Recent research has uncovered that 8 simple daily habits can cut your heart attack risk by as much as 91%. That's right. No fancy diets, no expensive gym memberships, no complicated supplements, just small science-backed changes you can make right at home starting today. As a senior health educator with years of experience working alongside cardiologists, I've seen firsthand how these habits can transform lives. I've watched seniors like Janet, 67, who thought skipping breakfast was harmless, discover how adding a simple meal in the morning improved her blood pressure in just weeks. I've met Charles, 72, who struggled with restless nights until he learned that just one small change to his sleep routine could ease his heart's burden. This isn't about scaring you. It's about empowering you with knowledge and practical steps you can take to protect the heart that's carried you through decades of life's challenges. Because here's the truth, after 65, your body changes. Your blood vessels lose some of their elasticity, your stress hormones like cortisol can stay elevated longer, and your body's ability to handle inflammation and sugar might not be as strong as it once was. But you are not powerless. Every choice you make now, every bite, every breath, every small movement matters more than ever. So stick with me until the end of this video. I'm going to walk you through each of these 8 habits, ranked from 8 all the way to the single most important one at 1 that might just save your life. And don't worry, each habit is simple, realistic, and rooted in science. And at the end, I'll share a quick summary to help you put it all into action. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's take this journey together. Because your heart deserves it, and so do you. Before we dive in, let me know in the comments below where you're watching from. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss any of our future videos on healthy aging. Let's get started with habit 8, a habit so small you might be overlooking it every single morning. You've probably heard the old saying, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And for seniors, that's not just a catchy slogan, it's a proven way to protect your heart. Skipping breakfast might seem harmless, especially if your appetite isn't strong in the morning. But research shows it could be setting off a dangerous chain reaction inside your body. A major 2021 study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology tracked over 6,500 adults for nearly 20 years. The results were shocking. Those who skipped breakfast were 87% more likely to die of heart-related issues. That's nearly double the risk. Why does this happen? It comes down to your body's internal clock, your circadian rhythm. This 24-hour cycle controls everything from your digestion to your blood pressure. When you eat breakfast, you send a signal to your body. It's time to wake up and heal. But when you skip it, your cortisol levels stay elevated. Cortisol is your body's stress hormone, and when it's high for too long, it can damage blood vessels, stiffen arteries, and spike blood sugar levels. Over time, that extra load can quietly overwork your heart. Let me share a quick story. Janet, 67, told me she never felt like eating in the morning. Coffee was enough, she'd say. But every time she visited her doctor, her blood pressure crept higher. She felt tired by mid-morning and couldn't figure out why. When she started eating a simple breakfast oatmeal with berries within a week, she felt more energetic. At her next checkup, her doctor said her blood pressure had improved. I never thought something so small could make such a difference, she told me. So what should you eat? You don't need a huge meal. Even something light like a bowl of oatmeal with berries, a boiled egg with whole grain toast, or a small smoothie can be enough to switch your body from stress mode to healing mode. And timing matters too. Aim to eat within an hour of waking up, and ideally before 8:30 a.m. A 2020 study in the journal Nutrition found that early breakfast eaters had better insulin sensitivity and lower inflammation markers than those who ate later. A simple breakfast isn't just fuel, it's a daily gift to your heart. And speaking of daily gifts, if breakfast is a wake-up call for your heart, what about sleep? Could your nights be silently damaging the very organ you're trying to protect? Stay tuned, because in Habit 7, I'll reveal how getting the right kind of sleep can help your heart heal every night. Sleep, it's one of the most underrated medicines your heart could ever ask for. For seniors, 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep isn't just about feeling refreshed in the morning. It's a lifeline that helps repair and rejuvenate your heart every single night. Here's why: during the deep stages of sleep, what scientists call slow-wave sleep, your blood pressure drops, your heart rate slows, and your blood vessels relax. This is when your cardiovascular system gets its well-deserved break. But what happens when that sleep is interrupted by bathroom trips, tossing and turning, or just not being able to drift off? A 2022 study published in Circulation found that poor sleep quality increased the risk of heart attack by 52% in older adults, even when the total hours of sleep seemed enough. That's because every time you wake up even briefly, your body snaps out of healing mode and back into a mild state of stress. That stress can keep your nighttime cortisol levels elevated, leading to blood vessel stiffness, higher blood pressure, and increased inflammation. Let me tell you about Charles, 72. For years, he'd get up 3 to 4 times a night. I thought that was normal for my age, he told me. But he felt tired every morning, and his blood pressure readings were always higher than expected. With his doctor's guidance, Charles started a simple sleep routine, going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Dimming the lights an hour before bed and avoiding screens that emit blue light. Drinking warm almond milk or eating a small banana to help his body relax. Within 3 weeks, he reported, "I wake up only once a night now, and I feel so much more rested. Even my doctor said my blood pressure looks better." If you still find it hard to get quality sleep, talk to your doctor about a low-dose melatonin supplement. Usually 0.3 to 1 milliwatt is enough. Too much can backfire. And don't forget about magnesium. Studies show it can improve sleep quality by 44% in seniors over 60. Remember, sleep isn't just rest, it's repair. And if sleep helps your heart heal overnight, imagine what happens when your mouth isn't as clean as you think it is. In Habit 6, we'll talk about how your daily dental routine might be secretly hurting or helping your heart. Stay with me. This next habit might surprise you. When it comes to protecting your heart, your dentist might just be as important as your cardiologist. Surprise, let's unpack why keeping your mouth clean can quietly protect or quietly damage your heart. It all starts with inflammation. When you skip brushing or flossing, bacteria in your mouth don't just stay there. They seep through tiny cuts in your gums and enter your bloodstream. Once there, they trigger something called systemic inflammation, which affects your arteries just like high blood pressure or high cholesterol does. A landmark study published in BMJ Open followed over 11,000 adults for 8 years. The results were clear. Seniors with poor dental hygiene had a 70% higher risk of heart attack. And it wasn't about cavities, it was about gum disease, also known as periodontitis. Let me share a story about Dennis, 74. He'd always brushed his teeth once a day, good enough, he thought. But he rarely flossed, and dental cleanings were something he meant to do, but never did. During a routine checkup, his doctor noticed inflammation markers were high. When Dennis finally saw his dentist, he was diagnosed with moderate gum disease. He committed to a new routine, brushing twice a day for 2 minutes using a soft toothbrush and switching to an alcohol-free mouthwash. Within 3 months, Dennis's doctor saw improvements not only in his gum health, but in his cholesterol and CRP levels too. Dennis told me, "I didn't know my mouth could affect my heart, but I feel better all over now." Here's the good news: fixing this doesn't require fancy tools. Brush for 2 full minutes twice a day, focusing on the gum line. If flossing is tough, try a water flosser or soft interdental brushes. Get a dental cleaning every 6 months, even if your teeth feel fine. And if your gums bleed, often don't ignore it. That's usually the first sign of hidden infection. Your gums are directly connected to your arteries. A clean mouth means a stronger heart. Now, if bacteria in your mouth can harm your heart, what about another hidden risk: sitting too long? In Habit 5, I'll show you how standing up, yes, something that simple, can lower your heart attack risk dramatically. Keep watching. This next habit could be the wake-up call your heart's been waiting for. If you think sitting for long periods is harmless, think again. For seniors, sitting too long is the new smoking, a silent threat that weakens your heart day by day. Let's look at the facts. A 2020 study published in JAMA Cardiology found that adults over 65 who sat for more than 10 hours a day had a 34% higher risk of dying from heart disease even if they exercised at other times. That's because prolonged sitting causes your blood flow to slow, making it easier for fats and cholesterol to settle in your arteries. Your blood becomes thicker, your insulin response weakens, and within just 1 hour of sitting, the enzymes that break down fat in your bloodstream drop by 90%. Over time, this leads to stiff arteries, high blood pressure, and eventually a heart attack. Seniors are especially at risk because blood flow naturally slows with age, and less muscle mass means less help in keeping your circulation active. Take Linda, 70, for example. She loved watching her morning shows and would often sit for hours without moving. "I thought my morning walk was enough," she told me, but her doctor noticed her cholesterol levels creeping up along with occasional swelling in her ankles. When she started setting a timer to remind herself to stand up and move every hour, even if it was just a quick walk to the kitchen, things changed. Within a few weeks, she said, "I felt lighter, and my doctor told me my blood pressure readings were looking better." So what can you do? Set a reminder on your phone or kitchen timer to stand up and stretch every hour. Walk to the kitchen and back, do a few gentle leg lifts while holding on to a chair or march in place. If you're watching YouTube, pause the video and take a 1-minute lap around the room. Remember, movement doesn't have to be intense, it just has to be consistent. And if standing up every hour can help your heart, imagine what staying connected to the people you care about can do. In Habit 4, we'll talk about how loneliness can quietly weaken your heart and how even a small connection can make a big difference. Keep watching. This next habit might just bring your heart the support it's been missing. Here's something that might surprise you. Loneliness can actually break your heart literally. In fact, a 2023 study published in Nature Human Behavior found that seniors who feel socially isolated have a 33% higher risk of heart disease and a 45% higher chance of dying from a heart attack. Why? Because when you're lonely, your body releases stress hormones like cortisol. These hormones are meant to help in emergencies, but when they're elevated day after day, they stiffen your arteries, raise your blood pressure, and quietly damage your heart from the inside out. Think about George, 76, who lost his wife 2 years ago. He told me after she passed, "I just shut down. I didn't want to burden anyone." Over time, George's doctor noticed his blood pressure climbing and his energy dropping. His daughter suggested weekly video calls with his grandchildren, plus a weekly coffee with a friend from church. Within a couple of months, George felt like himself again. "I didn't realize how much my heart needed connection," he said. The good news: connection doesn't have to mean dozens of friends or daily parties. Even small, consistent connections can transform your health. Try calling a family member or friend a few times a week. Join a local club, a walking group, or even an online community. If mobility is a challenge, set up regular video calls or group chats. And don't underestimate the power of small gestures. A friendly wave to a neighbor, a quick chat with the cashier, or sharing a smile at the pharmacy. These small interactions remind your brain and your body that you are not alone. Remember, connection is powerful medicine. And speaking of medicine, sugar might be sweet, but it can also quietly damage your heart. In Habit 3, I'll show you how cutting back on added sugar can lower your heart attack risk and help you feel more energized every single day. Stay tuned, because your next meal might be the best place to start. It's no secret that too much sugar is bad for you, but for seniors, added sugar can be a hidden threat that quietly damages your heart every single day. Let's get into the science for a moment. A 2021 study in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that people over 60 who drank just one sugary beverage a day had a 27% higher risk of dying from heart disease. That's just one drink, a can of soda, or sweetened tea once a day. Why does sugar cause so much trouble? It's all about inflammation. When you eat sugar, it triggers a rise in blood sugar that your body has to handle. Over time, these spikes damage the inner lining of your arteries, making them stiff and more likely to trap cholesterol. That's the beginning of plaque buildup that can lead to a heart attack. And it's not just drinks. Added sugar hides in places you might not expect: salad dressings, cereals, even so-called healthy snack bars. For seniors, your body doesn't process sugar as efficiently as it used to. That means more sugar stays in your bloodstream, feeding inflammation and quietly wearing out your heart. Let me tell you about Betty, 68. She'd never thought of herself as a sugar person, but she loved her daily sweet tea. "It was my treat," she said. But her doctor noticed her blood sugar was climbing and her cholesterol was edging up too. With a little guidance, Betty swapped her sweet tea for sparkling water with a squeeze of lemon. Within weeks, she felt more energetic and her lab results looked better too. I didn't think sugar was the problem, she told me, but now I know. Here's how to cut back. Ditch sugary drinks. Sodas, sweet teas, and flavored waters are some of the worst. Read labels carefully. Anything ending in "ose" like glucose or fructose is sugar. Focus on whole foods, fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. These naturally slow sugar absorption and protect your heart. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 24 grams of added sugar per day for women and 36 grams for men. Remember, your sweet tooth doesn't have to control your heart health. And speaking of sweet changes, what if I told you that a simple daily walk could dramatically improve your circulation and heart health without a gym membership or fancy equipment? In Habit 2, I'll show you how stepping outside could be the best medicine your heart's been waiting for. Stay with me. This next habit might be easier than you think. When it comes to protecting your heart, you might think you need fancy gym equipment or intense workouts. But here's the simple truth: walking outside every day is one of the most powerful heart protectors you have, and it costs nothing. A massive 2022 study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology tracked over 20,000 adults aged 60 and older. The results were stunning. Those who walked outside at least 30 minutes a day had a 44% lower risk of heart attack compared to those who stayed mostly indoors. Why does walking work so well? It gently raises your heart rate, improving blood flow and reducing inflammation. It helps your muscles pull glucose out of your bloodstream, which naturally lowers blood sugar levels critical for heart health. And when you walk outside, you get a bonus vitamin D from sunlight, which boosts your heart muscle function and lowers inflammation. Seniors with low vitamin D are twice as likely to develop heart disease, according to research from Harvard Medical School. That's a simple fix. Just step outside for 15-30 minutes a day. Let me share a story about Frank, 79. Frank had always been an active man, but after retiring, he spent most of his days inside watching TV. He started to feel stiff and sluggish, and his doctor told him his blood pressure was climbing. With a little encouragement, Frank started by walking just 5 minutes each morning. Within weeks, he was up to 30 minutes a day, and his doctor noticed his heart rate variability, a key measure of heart health, had improved significantly. "I just feel better," Frank said, "and I look forward to seeing the sun every day." Here's how to get started. Begin with as little as 5 minutes if that's all you can do. Walk at a pace that feels comfortable and use a cane or walker if needed. Morning is best when the air is fresher and your body is more responsive. If the weather's bad, try walking inside near a window or using a light therapy lamp. Remember, every step counts and your heart will thank you for it. And speaking of powerful habits, there's one more that might just be the strongest medicine of all managing daily stress. In Habit 1, I'll show you how stress relief can protect your heart like nothing else can. Don't miss this final habit. It could change everything. If there's one habit that might just be the most powerful and the most overlooked when it comes to protecting your heart, it's daily stress relief. Most seniors don't realize it, but chronic stress doesn't just make you feel anxious, it quietly damages your heart over time. A groundbreaking 2021 study published in JAMA Network Open found that high psychological stress increased heart attack risk by 81% in older adults. That's more than high blood pressure or even smoking. Why is stress so dangerous? It's all about hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These chemicals are designed to help you in emergencies, but when they're elevated every day, they keep your arteries stiff, raise your blood pressure, and make your blood more likely to clot, an open invitation for a heart attack. Take Ellen, 71, for example. She told me she didn't feel stressed, she'd just always been the type to worry about everyone else. Her doctor noticed her blood pressure was creeping up and recommended daily stress relief. Ellen started a simple breathing routine every morning. Inhale through her nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale through her mouth for 6 seconds. Just 10 minutes a day. Within a few weeks, Ellen told me, "I feel calmer, I sleep better, and even my doctor said my numbers look better." If meditation feels overwhelming, try this gentle stretching or Tai Chi. Gardening, a soothing, repetitive task that relaxes the mind. Listening to calming music or reading a good book. Even light knitting or coloring can calm the mind and lower stress levels. The key is to make it intentional, not just passive relaxation. Think of stress like invisible pressure inside a pipe. If you never release it, one day it bursts. But with a little daily maintenance, you keep your system strong and flexible. Remember, your heart isn't just a muscle, it's your lifeline. Now that we've covered all 8 habits, let's tie it all together in the conclusion. so you know exactly how to get started on this journey to a healthier heart. Stay tuned, your recap and roadmap are up next. Congratulations, you've made it to the end of this life-changing journey. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned together. Habit 8 reminded us that skipping breakfast can spike cortisol and strain your heart, but a simple morning meal can set your body on the path to healing. Habit 7 showed us how 7 and 8 hours of quality sleep repairs your heart every single night. Habit 6 revealed the surprising link between dental health and heart health. Your gums are connected to your arteries. Habit 5 taught us that sitting too long is like the new smoking, and standing up every hour helps keep your circulation moving. Habit 4 reminded us that loneliness can quietly damage the heart, but connection through family, friends, or even a simple chat has the power to heal. Habit 3 warned us that sugar hides in so many places, and cutting back can protect your arteries. Habit 2 proved that a simple daily walk outside boosts vitamin D, lowers inflammation, and brings your heart back to life. And finally, Habit 1 gave us the powerful reminder that stress isn't just in your mind, it's a physical force that can weaken or strengthen your heart, depending on how you manage it. These aren't just habits, they're daily gifts to your heart. And here's the best part, you don't have to do them all at once. Start with just one. Maybe it's eating breakfast tomorrow morning, or maybe it's taking a short walk after lunch, or maybe, like Ellen, it's simply taking 10 minutes to breathe. Small steps add up, and every single one makes your heart stronger, your energy steadier, and your life richer. Your heart has been there for you through every moment, every laugh, every challenge, every milestone. Now it's your turn to be there for it. I'd love to know, which of these habits are you going to start with today? Drop a comment below. I read every single one. Your story might just inspire someone else. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It helps us reach more seniors who deserve to live longer, healthier lives. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video filled with science-backed, easy-to-apply health tips just for you. Your heart is more than a muscle. It's your lifeline. Let's honor it together, one habit at a time. Thanks so much for watching. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourself and your heart.